Get off my fucking TV, especially Eva Marie. All you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. All I have to say is this, man. This is all I have to say. This is all I heard yesterday.
Oh, JD! JD, your intro is too long, man! Fuck WrestleCrate, man! It took him 20 minutes to actually say something important, man!
Really? Really now? It took me 20 minutes to say something of importance. Really? But I'll tell you what. You want to come to me and tell me the theme song sucks?
Oh, JD, the theme song is fucking terrible, man!
You want to tell me the theme sucks? You want to tell me the fucking intro's too long? You want to tell me there's
too many advertisements, man?
I'll tell you what. You know what? I guarantee you that every fucking one of you that complained yesterday's video was 52 minutes. I guarantee you that you watched every last fucking second. Do you want to know why you watched every last fucking second? Because is the number one fucking podcast in your subscription box right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. That's why you watched every fucking last second. This is Off the Script, episode 135, part number 2 for your Saturday, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Off the Script. Great episode yesterday, minus the few fucking goons that think they can get one over on me. Never gonna happen, bro. Never gonna happen. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna drink my iced coffee. And I'm gonna give you a fucking Seth Rollins laugh. Well, I know you watch, and I bench you. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, man, yesterday's video included a WrestleCrate unboxing for August. I know it's September, but I got mine very, very late, thanks to the U.S. Postal Service, I'm assuming, but thanks to the fine people over at WrestleCrate, they got me my box regardless. And we talked about the Shield possible reunion happening at the Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. Now, I understand why people might not like the Shield scenario right now. Oh, it's too soon. Oh, it doesn't make sense. This and that, for whatever reason. Listen, when it comes to that, I respect a lot of people's opinions because, honestly, it's 50-50. And I hope that you guys listen to me and understand why I think it is right. And especially with the way WWE programming is going right now. Dean Ambrose obviously was fucked over at Backlash by AJ Styles. And Shane McMahon called him out on that, okay? Shane McMahon called him out on that. And he stated, listen, that's not the way a WWE superstar or a WWE champion in that situation should act. A champion should have a certain demeanor to him. He should be honorable. And he should win it fair and square, like a man. That's what he pretty much said. Dean Ambrose was fucked. And I'm assuming going into No Mercy that Dean Ambrose is going to get fucked again. John Cena is not going to be in this picture for a little while now because he's going away. After No Mercy, John Cena is going away. They are using John Cena as star power for this pay-per-view in the main event because it was something that was sorely needed at Backlash, but he was not there due to commitments in China. He had something to do with the company in Shanghai. He was over there with Bo Dallas as Bo Dallas fought Bin Wang, WWE's newest signee out of China. So that's why he was there. He was doing promotional work for the WWE. And now John Cena's on No Mercy, but he is nothing more than a third wheel in this match, okay? But it comes down to Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. WWE has an ample opportunity here to really make the Survivor Series something fucking legit. And this could be something that is spearheaded by Triple H. And it should be, to be quite honest with you. It really should be. You know, I would love to see Kevin Owens team up with AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson at Survivor Series. I think that would make a phenomenal tag team. I really do. And on the flip side, you know, WWE can really play up this storyline because come the Survivor Series, it's a co-branded pay-per-view. It is both Raw and Smackdown. Both rosters will be in the same building. And WWE, if they want to make Survivor Series special, which it has not felt special in well over a decade, probably even more than that. It hasn't felt special since the 2000s, even before that, the 1990s. You know, Survivor Series, I've lost all hope in Survivor Series. Coming out of the 1990s, that was one of my favorite pay-per-view concepts, and WWE gave up on the 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series match. WWE can really take this Triple H angle and spearhead it into SmackDown, and he could really go for the jugular here, you know? The Bullet Club should have been one of the best things in WWE ever since they debuted. They really need to do something with these guys because Gallows and Anderson more than likely will win the WWE Tag Team titles away from the New Day. They will have the Tag Team Championship. AJ Styles is going to have the WWE Championship. They are going to be packing two of the most prestigious titles in all of the company. The Tag Team and the WWE, okay? I don't see why they would not play this in some sick and twisted way and get Dean Ambrose involved with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as they seek justice for all the wrongdoings that have been done to them. Rollins has been fucked by Triple H. Roman Reigns has been fucked by Triple H. Dean Ambrose has been fucked by, you know, they could weave it into a Triple H thing, or they could really just play off the fact that AJ Styles fucked over Dean Ambrose. And the higher-ups like Shane and Daniel Bryan aren't really paying him any mind. Because AJ Styles is the champion. What could they do? You know? They could play it and weave it however they want. But Dean Ambrose would be suffering injustice as well. So, come the Survivor Series, it really should take shape that we see Gallows and Anderson start going over to SmackDown and they start fucking with Dean Ambrose. Or The Shield, following them wherever they go, you know? Roman, Seth, and Dean. But the concept is there. The idea is there. The blueprint is there. I don't know how you would weave this storyline, but Kevin Owens could certainly be involved as well. You know, I've always been under the old guard, man. I don't like the WWE Championship being defended at Survivor Series. I don't like that at all. I think the WWE Championship should take a night off at the Survivor Series. I think the WWE Champion should be, I'm saying Kevin Owens. I'm saying, you know, I'm thinking about Kevin Owens. I don't think any world title should be defended at Survivor Series, but mainly the WWE Championship. It doesn't need to be defended. You know, it could really be the WWE Champion is leading a charge of his team against 4 other guys that are of great importance. And in this case, it would be the Shield. You know? But they got October and they got November. They got a month and a half following Clash of Champions to build something. and then they'll go into No Mercy. They have the ideas, they have the blueprints there. It's time for a Shield reunion. It really is. It's time to get this fucking Bullet Club Shield thing on the road. Whether you want to keep it 3-on-3 or you want to do a 4-on-4. I don't know. I'm just throwing Kevin Owens in there as an idea. You know? Maybe Triple H doesn't need to spearhead this. Maybe the club just takes over the WWE on their own like they should have when they first came into the company. That was my idea. My idea dates back to fucking right after the Royal Rumble. I didn't even want AJ Styles to be a debut in the Royal Rumble. I think that was a waste of a fucking opportunity. Now, we could be saying, well, it really doesn't fucking matter depending on how you look at it. Look at him now. He's the WWE champion. But what I seen back then is what everybody is seeing now. I knew how important AJ Styles was as an in-ring competitor for the WWE. I knew right away. Now, I wasn't a big fan of AJ Styles. I'm more of a fan now than I've ever been of AJ Styles because he is carrying Smackdown on his back. But I knew how important he was and how important the club was, the Bullet Club was, coming over from New Japan. And these guys had a certain hype around them that really wasn't capitalized on by WWE. I gave you the idea that we all knew Roman Reigns was going to be the WWE champion coming out of WrestleMania, beating Triple H at 32, correct? AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson should have made their debut the night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns should have been in the ring, and the club should have come out wearing their signature masks, and they should have beat down Reigns in the middle of the ring with AJ Styles coming out from behind the curtain wearing that same mask, unveiling himself, crowd going crazy as Gallows and Anderson lay waste to Roman Reigns, the new WWE champion, as the show goes off the air. That's what I would have did. And that would have spearheaded the entire fucking Bullet Club versus Shield angle that would culminate at SummerSlam, is what I planned. But now WWE has the opportunity to do this, and I've had several people tell me, JD, it's not time. Yes, it is time. Do you know why it is time now? And I appreciate everybody that's come to me with opinions and concerns and reasons why you don't think it should happen. It is time. The ratings are insufferable right now. Monday Night Raw is at the lowest point we've seen, and that is very difficult to do after what we've seen in 2015. They are at their lowest point now, especially with Monday Night Football. WWE needs to do something to get people watching their programming. The Shield is one of the most dominant forces in WWE history. These three guys were in every single main event on Monday Night Raw for the entire time they were around together. They were a vital part of every show that they were on. Whether they were feuding with the Wyatts, whether they were fucking feuding with anybody, it doesn't matter. They were there. Without the Shield during their time together, WWE and Raw would have been absolutely fucking downright terrible. They are the reason most people watched Monday Night Raw. We need people to watch Monday Night Raw again. And it needs to be because of something that is absolutely mind-blowing to the wrestling world. The Bullet Club's name fucking transcends not only the WWE, but more importantly, it transcends the wrestling industry. People know who AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson are. You might not appreciate what they're doing now, or you might not appreciate what the WWE is doing with them now, but WWE's time is now to make these guys relevant and a force to be reckoned with, which they should have did following WrestleMania. They missed the boat. You cannot miss the boat again. The boat's coming back. It's fucking coming into the harbor. Okay? We need people to start boarding this boat now, and it needs to be with the club and the Shield. And then you can fucking sail off into the sunset. Alright? Drinks, food, all you can eat, all you can drink. The fucking Royal Caribbean is setting sail with the fucking sunset in the background and fucking drinks flowing, man. That's what we need. We need people happy. We need viewers happy. We need people watching on a week-to-week basis. We need storylines. We need storylines that are going to say, you know what? I have to watch next week. The ratings are insufferable. Dean Ambrose is at the lowest he's been since he's been WWE champion. The reason why they took it off of him is because AJ Styles now is the leader of not only SmackDown, but he may be the best thing in WWE. And you cannot deny that. He's jumping through your fucking televisions. Watch me. And watch me do something better than anybody on this entire roster. And he's done it since January. Seth Rollins now, people are bashing Seth Rollins up and down. Bret Hart's brother saying Seth Rollins needs to be fucking terminated. He's an unsafe worker. Get rid of him. Seth Rollins, how many instances has Seth Rollins injured somebody? Not many. Not many. How many years has he been doing this? And how many fucking people has he killed or fucking injured? Not many. Not many. You go in the ring, shit happens. It's not like Seth Rollins is going in there, yeah, I'm gonna break John Cena's nose tonight, you fucking asshole. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking take Finn Balor out and I'm gonna fucking dislocate his shoulder. Come on, man. Seth Rollins is not doing it on purpose. Shit happens. You know, you lose track of what happens. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Bret Hart never injured anybody in 25 years. Not everybody's a fucking Bret Hart, man. Not everybody can be your fucking brother. So what basis do you have to say Seth Rollins is an unsafe worker? My brother never fucking injured anybody. How many people in this fucking industry have come along that can rival a Bret Hart? Nobody. You're comparing your brother to everybody else and nobody holds a fucking candle to him. Bret Hart is one of a kind. That's an unfair comparison. And Seth Rollins is not fucking going in there and injuring anybody. He's not doing this on purpose. He's not an unsafe worker. Seriously. Give me a break. Okay, yeah, the buckle bomb, yeah, it's a little ridiculous. But when you look back at it, the move itself is not dangerous. It shouldn't be done to a 60-year-old Sting. The move shouldn't be done where Rollins is literally taking a 200-pound man in Finn Balor and fucking tossing him like a lawn dart, and he has no choice but to save himself, embrace impact, and that's the way he lands. No. The move should not be done in the instances that Rollins has done it. And I once said that, you know what, maybe it should be banned. Yeah, but then we have to start banning other moves that we deem dangerous. Cesaro says, oh, the Muscle Buster needs to be banned because, you know, Tyson Kidd is fucking probably going to have to end up retiring. Are you serious? How many people is Samoa Joe injured with the Muscle Buster that you can recall? Not many. Not many. I know AJ Styles broke Yoshitatsu's neck with the Styles Clash. It is a dangerous move. But if you do it correctly and you follow the procedure and you do what you got to do when Styles actually has you in the position, you won't get hurt. Yoshitatsu fucked up. It's not AJ Styles' fault that Yoshitatsu's neck got broken. It's Yoshitatsu's fucking fault that Yoshitatsu's neck got broken. Seth Rollins right now is under a bad rap. His name is out there and it's not looking good. A lot of negative press against Seth Rollins from various people. You know? He can certainly use a distraction in the Shield. Get him in something that's going to spotlight him. Get him in something that is going to not only spotlight him, but you're going to have the others around you as well to pretty much shield you, no pun intended, from everything else that's going on. And I don't even need to tell you about how good this would be for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is somebody the WWE has wanted to be a babyface. It's failed for 3 years. Rollins is transforming into a babyface. Dean Ambrose, right now anyway, is still a babyface. He is still cheered on SmackDown. Okay? You know, it could be a toss-up now with what he did to John Cena on SmackDown with the Dirty Deeds to go off the air on Tuesday night. But as of right now, there's no word on Dean Ambrose turning a heel. Maybe he would be better off as heel after all of this. But Rollins and Ambrose would rub off on Roman Reigns. The crowd would see this, and they would associate Roman Reigns with them. He would be cheered. Because he would be with those guys, number one. Number two, he would be in a role in which he's going to be reprising that everybody raved about when he was in the Shield. He was the tough guy, silent guy, said a few words and sounded intimidating while doing it, while being the muscle of that group. You didn't want to fuck with Roman Reigns in the Shield. Now he's a joke because of how WWE's booked him. It needs to happen. The fans are ready. The WWE is ready. And it just needs to happen, man. The ratings are fucking terrible. WWE needs a fucking Mike Tyson right hand, right in the jaw for Monday Night Raw. Because right now, under their current situation, it's not working. And it's not Kevin Owens' fault that the ratings are falling. Clowns. Heard some people say, oh, well, JD, the ratings suck because Kevin Owens is Universal Champion. No. Roman Reigns wasn't doing all that much better. I don't give a fuck who you give the title to. Anybody on that roster you give the title to, the result is going to be the same. It all goes back to the creative writing. They give you nothing. Monday Night Raw is not a wrestling program. It is an entertainment program, 1. It's a comedy, 2. And then it's a wrestling show, 3rd. That's it. Their main thing is not wrestling. And that's where their fucking mistake is. We don't watch Monday Night Raw to be fucking entertained through fucking cheesy comedy and skits and wrestlers trying to be fucking funny. We don't watch Monday Night Raw for that. We watch Monday Night Raw for the same reasons we watch NXT. Why is NXT so successful? Why is all their lead up to TakeOver, which happens, 5-6 times a year? If that. Why is everything leading up to a TakeOver so brilliant? And when we get to a TakeOver, why has there not been one TakeOver that's been bad? It's because they're doing the things that are needed to be done. They're doing things the right way. They're doing things the way I remember them when I was watching WWE as a small child. Those things work in 2016. Everything that NXT is doing is a take on old school. Everything NXT is doing makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. You're proud to watch NXT. You're proud to proclaim, yeah, I love professional wrestling after watching NXT. You watch Monday Night Raw, I'm embarrassed to let people know that I watch this shit. There's a huge difference there. NXT has grown for the simple reasons on their mentality of keeping it simple, keeping it easy to understand, keeping it flowing from week to week with consistency. Why is that so difficult to grasp? Why is that so difficult to understand for the people on Monday Night Raw? And even on Smackdown. This is what you're training the fucking people to do, right? You're training them the right way. And then when they get to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, everything that they're taught gets literally thrown out the window. Why? I don't understand that logic. Look at where NXT has come from. Look at how popular NXT is. The only competition WWE has is within their own company. NXT is their direct competition. WWE needs to listen to the fans. Why is NXT raved about every single fucking month? It's because they're doing the right thing. They're giving the people what they want. All the ideologies and all the fucking things that we've seen growing up are being used and utilized in 2016. And it works. If this is what Triple H is doing and he can take NXT to this point and make it better, every takeover is better than the last. What do you think he's going to do when he runs Monday Night Raw eventually? WWE at that point will be in the best position it could possibly be in. Right now, Vince McMahon needs to swallow the fucking bitter pill and understand that what he's doing, some of it might work. Yes, some of it might be great. But ultimately, he does not care for Monday Night Raw. His vision is skewed. His perception on the wrestling business is fucking skewed. You need to start paying attention to what your fucking son-in-law is doing. Because what he's doing is setting you up for the future. And what he's doing needs to be utilized on Monday Night Raw because that's a winning fucking ideology and formula. Enough of this fucking bullshit. Give me story, give me engaging fucking characters, give me a reason to fucking watch next week, man. Why do I have to fucking fall asleep at 9:30 and dread coming on here talking about the things that I love? It fucking kills me. It's gotta change. You want the 1.81 ratings, 1.88, whatever the fuck the ratings were on Monday Night Raw? Do what you gotta do. And what you gotta do is abandon the fucking formula of Monday Night Raw, man. It's gotta go. Get rid of it. NXT is the future of the WWE. Everything that they do, from the writing to the stories being told in the ring to the fucking way the shows flow week to week, it's got to be done. The Shield thing needs to happen. Shield versus Club at Survivor Series. I don't care when anybody says it is the time. If you do not do it now, nobody is going to care. Nobody. People will continue to abandon your show, and Monday Night Raw ratings will fall even lower than they did this week. Right now is the time, because the WWE is fucking gasping for a breath of fresh air. They're grasping for that final straw, and they're not letting go. One more slip up, WWE might be completely fucked. They need to give us something. Right now is the best time for a Shield reunion because it will open a lot of eyes and create a huge buzz for this company that they so desperately need. And that is my rant. I didn't even want to go on that long, but it needed to be said. It needed to be said. I'm thinking about this shit all day at work, and I couldn't wait to get on here and give you guys that. It's half the fucking show right there. Now we can get into the fucking news. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Anyway, our top story this weekend. I'm assuming this is going to be the weekend top story because I don't right now. I don't know what else could it be. What else could it be? Brock Lesnar taking on Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal title at the Royal Rumble. The Beast Incarnate was last seen by the WWE Universe at SummerSlam when he defeated Randy Orton by TKO. WWE's timing couldn't have been better for Lesnar's return to the squared circle. His fight at UFC 200 was near the same time that WWE announced his match with Randy Orton, so it helped his marketability and the WWE's universe hype for him to come back. At the same time, it was also the Viper's next match after missing several months to a shoulder injury. WWE stars aligned, and the two former WWE World Heavyweight Champions did battle for the second time in their careers. Lesnar hit him too hard with an elbow to the forehead and actually concussed Orton, according to various reports. That's why Orton wasn't able to compete at Backlash. WWE didn't recognize the concussion symptoms. They played off everybody as if they were stupid. And they booked some cheesy storyline with Bray Wyatt injuring Randy Orton's leg, but he comes out and does an RKO and takes a bump at Backlash. I don't understand it. I really don't get why they did it instead of embracing it and embracing the realism, embracing the social media aspect that, listen, people are aware of Orton's injury and embracing the fact that Lesnar is a legit fucking beast. It legitimizes Lesnar's beatdown. I don't get why they did it and did not acknowledge Randy Orton's concussion symptoms. And they booked him in the match anyway. They knew this coming out of SummerSlam and they booked him 2 weeks of build, which is nothing. I'd rather these guys have not fight at all. But they booked it knowing his symptoms and possibility he's not going to be able to wrestle. But they booked him in storylines anyway. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. So that's why Orton wasn't able to compete. And Bray Wyatt instead took on Kane. So WWE said, you know what? Fuck you. We're not giving you Orton. We're giving you Kane. And they left. Over a month passed, and both WWE superstars are now doing new things. Orton is feuding with Wyatt, and they will finally have a match at No Mercy right now. Tentative. I'm assuming that's where they go. Unless Randy Orton is still not cleared. He was able to hit his RKO, so his injury might not be that serious. plans are not in place for a rematch on television between Orton and Brock Lesnar, it wouldn't make much sense, especially after Lesnar decimated him at SummerSlam. I don't want to see it, nor do I care. In that case, who's next for Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman? Certainly won't be Goldberg, despite many WWE Universe members claiming that Goldberg is supposedly coming to Clash of Champions, that he's going to be in Indianapolis the same night that Clash of Champions is taking place. I am not reporting such rubbish. I am not reporting such garbage because we've heard it time and time and time again. Just like the Finn Balor debut was every fucking week. It seems like this is the new fucking flavor of the week. Goldberg, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Yes, he's doing marketing work for WWE. Yes, he might possibly be there, being that the game is coming out in, what is it? It's the 11th of October. We're less than a month away from the game's release. He might be there. That's all we know. It's one of those things that you're going to have to wait, watch, and see. Other than that, there's no reason to fucking report it. Because we don't know. If Goldberg, despite what many WWE Universe members claim, Lesnar isn't even going to fight John Cena. That's another one. They've already done that match before, and the two men are on separate brands. Goldberg isn't going to return at all, even though his WWE 2K partnership suggests otherwise. In a new report, Brock Lesnar is set to face the WWE Universal Champion Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. The original plan for Lesnar at the Royal Rumble was to face off against Universal Champion Finn Balor. I would love to see that because they... Actually, what did this say? The original plan was for Lesnar at the Royal Rumble to face off against Universal Champion Finn Balor. I would not want to see that match. I thought it said Kevin Owens. I'm sorry. I would like to see Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens. Lesnar versus Finn Balor, I would not want to see. It's like, you know, it's one of those things that, how could you even believe in Finn Balor to go against Brock Lesnar? I mean, that's another ship that sailed. I would have loved to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar because Daniel Bryan had everything that you needed to go into that David versus Goliath feud. I don't see that with Finn Balor. It's just the believability factor, in my eyes, is greater with Daniel Bryan to at least put up a better fight than Balor would against Brock Lesnar. There's just something there. The makeup of both guys is what it comes down to. I think Bryan would definitely fit into that mold better than a Finn Balor. I would not be interested in that match whatsoever. But with Balor injured, plans obviously have changed. The new plan is set to have Brock Lesnar challenge Kevin Owens at the pay-per-view for the Universal title. Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar has been a dream match for most fans, including Kevin Owens himself. Kevin Owens debuted in NXT, and now those dreams may be becoming a reality for WWE's top prize. The report mentions the original report being Balor and Owens for the Universal title, but that's obviously not going to happen given Balor's serious shoulder injury. It simply cannot happen soon. 434.com. I never heard of these guys before. The 434. I don't know who the fuck these guys are. I don't know what kind of source this is, but this particular article I'm reading mentions these guys. And they say that Balor and Lesnar is a dream matchup for many WWE fans, not me. So it will be very exciting to see if it does happen. Once Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are out of the picture, there really isn't anyone left that makes sense. Sami Zayn already had his feud with Kevin Owens and beat him in 2 straight pay-per-views. The fact that Sami Zayn hasn't gone anywhere since then is an absolute travesty to everybody. It's evident that WWE Creative doesn't see Sami Zayn in the same conversation as his counterpart, which they should be. I would love to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a legit feud for the WWE Universal title. I really would. I would love to see Sami Zayn overcome everything and be crowned champion. That's what I'm waiting for. I would love to see that. They're polar opposite of one another and can have a good match blindfolded, both Zayn and Owens. Unfortunately, it isn't up to the fans as to what matches are made in which WWE superstars are pushed. Right now, it appears Jericho and Zayn will have a decent feud for the mid-card. Y2J should put over the former NXT champion, as he usually does for young talent. Once that is underway, it should propel Zayn into the main event role. Even if Brock Lesnar fights Owens at the Royal Rumble, there are still several shows before that to throw a new wrestler into the main event. Lesnar versus Owens. I would love to see it. I think it would be a great attraction for WWE. How you go on from there, I don't know. Obviously, Kevin Owens is not walking out the Universal Champion if he's in a match with Brock Lesnar. You're not going to have Brock Lesnar lose to a Kevin Owens. Not happening. And it's not Lesnar's time to lose. There's a time and a place for everything. The Royal Rumble and to Kevin Owens is not that time. I don't give a fuck if he's champion or not. That's why I wouldn't even book it. I wouldn't even book that match. I would honestly set up Sami Zayn for Kevin Owens the remainder of the year. And how you do that is by telling a different story and building off what they told already in their feud. And you take it into a different direction. Come up with something that both men are going to really thrive on and feast on. I want to see Zayn versus Owens. And I would not be against Sami Zayn beating Kevin Owens in a heartfelt moment, in a Cinderella story, taking the belt off of Kevin Owens. I would love to see it. And then Sami Zayn can go on to feud with Finn Balor. That would be a great fucking match. Who doesn't want to see that? Sami Zayn could fucking wrestle blindfolded like the report said. And everybody would fucking see a 5-star match blindfolded. That's how good this guy is. Might not have the best fucking character. He might be, one of those guys that everybody's like, what is so special about this guy? I see a lot of potential in Sami Zayn. I see the next Daniel Bryan waiting to break out. It's just the WWE fans have not reached that level with Sami Zayn yet. And WWE, I think, sees that as well, but they're very hesitant to push a Sami Zayn into that type of role. They might not deem him ready yet. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens is the way I would go. Lesnar, Owens, if it happens, you're looking at a new Universal Champion. And you don't want to have Kevin Owens go in there and lose the title to a Brock Lesnar. You don't want to have him go in there and beat Brock Lesnar either. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You can make Kevin Owens look good, but then who are you going to have Brock Lesnar go up against at WrestleMania and defend the title against? I think it's easier with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, but it's just me. I would still love to see a Kevin Owens Brock Lesnar match at some point. We don't know. This is all speculation right now, but it is being talked about. It is being rumored that Owens Lesnar will happen at the Royal Rumble. We can only hope that Kevin Owens right now is at least the champion going into the Royal Rumble, because there were rumblings that if Roman Reigns got added to this match at Clash of Champions, that Kevin Owens was not walking out of Clash of Champions the Universal Champion. So I'm glad that has not happened. I don't see Seth Rollins winning it at all. Hopefully we get some type of resolution here or some type of answer as to why Triple H did what he did. I'm expecting something to be said. I can only hope. So hopefully going into Clash of Champions and coming out of Clash of Champions, we're going to get some type of explanation from Triple H as to why he crowned Kevin Owens the new Universal Champion on his own. I can't wait to see what happens. WWE planning major women's tournament similar to the Cruiserweight Classic for early 2017. I am all for this. Take my money. We're hot off the heels of the great Cruiserweight Classic where TJ Perkins shocked the world to win an amazing tournament to find the best Cruiserweight wrestler in the world. The CWC was a huge hit, and WWE seems very proud of the results, as they should be. It was the best thing on WWE television all year. Fans absolutely love the event and its format. We will surely see another CWC next summer, which I hope we will. God, if we don't, that's a huge fucking blunder on WWE's behalf. As there would be no way they would avoid doing it now that they know how successful it was for the WWE Network. Maybe they bring the King of the Ring back. Maybe they bring the King of the Ring back in this format, man, and make it fucking special. The winner of the King of the Ring. It happens and culminates in June. You crown one in June based on this same format, and the winner is not only the King of the Ring, but the number one contender for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And you got your number one contender right then and there. You got all of June, all of July, and half of August to build a feud and a storyline between whoever the champion is and the King of the Ring winner. That's the way it should be. The King of the Ring should happen every fucking year. With the winner of the King of the Ring always an automatic seed in that tournament defending his crown. I love it. It needs to happen. And I think it would be great in this same format, similar to the CWC. So, WWE, did that, and this might not be the last tournament that they will end up doing on a yearly basis. We will see the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for WWE again this year. As you guys, if you read the spoilers, they did have matches for the Dusty Classic during the last set of tapings for NXT. It should be noted that the fans will also likely see a women's tournament at the start of 2017, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider. Back in May, the Inquisitor reported that a women's tournament of some kind was going to happen. The idea back then was that if the CWC managed to be a success, which they did not know before this thing started, and now they certainly know, WWE would go forth with the women's tournament concept. The rough plan at the time was to make it a new diva search, but with that term now retired and the WWE moving away from that type of material, it was by no means planned to be like the diva searches from the past. It would be a single elimination tournament, but the women may also have other things lined up. Now it looks like they're going to be doing something similar to the Cruiserweight Classic. So everything else that may have been on deck was most likely scrapped to simply make it a normal tournament. New WWE Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon was reportedly the person in charge of the project, but we will most likely see Triple H head the project due to his job as head of talent relations. It is said that WWE has also spent time finding women for the tournament, just like they did with the CWC stars that they brought in. William Regal and Triple H mentioned that the talent relations team was scouting people from all over the world for something with the WWE in the future. The CWC then came about, and many got the call to be a part of it. The same was reportedly done with this particular tournament, as WWE found women who might fit for something in the future, and they figured this would be the best for this tournament. However, unlike the Cruiserweight situation, WWE does have a lack of women in the NXT brand. Asuka still remains head of her class, but the rest are just getting started, and the star power is not there now, with Bayley being called up, leaving Asuka all by herself. WWE does have faith in their girls, and they allowed people like Nikki Storm to be a part of the division right away. Nikki Storm debuted at the set of tapings alongside Eric Young. So look forward to that. I can't wait to see that unfold on NXT television in the weeks to come. That said, they're certainly not trying to bury the division on NXT by not having girls brought in just so that they can do the tournament with the ladies of wrestling. The plan now is for the tournament to start around the first of the year. That means in early 2017, fans can expect to see something announced for this tournament. It's a pretty big deal for WWE, as they found that they can see some amazing people come from these tournaments and make a name for themselves. That's why I said on Twitter, man, look at the tournament aspect. Vince might not be a big tournament guy, but how many of these guys, besides the more notable names, like a Cedric Alexander and a Rich Swann, and, some of you guys obviously watch New Japan, you knew who the fuck, Ibushi was going into this thing. Noam Dar. I am strictly WWE, so I knew Ibushi's name. I never seen him physically wrestle. I knew Cedric Alexander. I knew Rich Swann. But everybody else that we've seen, Jack Gallagher and Akira Tozawa and, T.J. Perkins, obviously he's got a history in TNA, but we really didn't know how great these guys were. They gave them the platform to showcase what they got. Now we literally know everybody that came out of that second round. As soon as we got to the Sweet 16, we knew everybody in that tournament. And by the time this thing was over, every single one of those guys, in my eyes, is labeled a fucking superstar, a sensation. Now we know these guys by name, the people who are, watching the product on a weekly basis, like you and I. These guys are household names to us now. These are guys that we're craving and thirsty to see on Monday Night Raw. Look at them now. Cruiserweight division is going to be, and it's not even fucking started yet, on Monday Night Raw, the best thing on that brand. So I can't wait. So, the tournament aspect obviously has its positives, okay? People can come out of this and make a name for themselves right away, instantly. Due to the success of CWC, WWE has to be confident with trying out something else. Plus, fan intrigue will be higher because they know it'll be similar to what we just saw with the CWC. This could be a huge thing for WWE at the end of the day, as they can easily make stars in this tournament with the women, and that means they'll easily be able to stack NXT as well as the main roster with amazing new workers. There is no doubt in my mind that this needs to happen. NXT Women's Division right now, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan. I like, what's her name? Aaliyah. I think Aaliyah is very, very good, man. I would like to see more of Aaliyah, okay? But after Asuka and Ember Moon, there is nobody, man. I'm very interested to see Nikki Storm. I'm hearing a lot of good things about her from you guys. And it needs to happen, man. You know, Ember Moon and Asuka can handle the division for the rest of the year. When this tournament starts, I can't wait to see NXT's women's division being replenished and some of that bleeding into NXT on a weekly basis and maybe some move up to the main roster. I can't wait to see it. This is an absolutely phenomenal idea, and I hope this actually comes true for the WWE Network in 2017. WWE testing waters for Hulk Hogan's return. The trial between Hulk Hogan and Gawker has been over for a while now. Between the issues with that and the inflammatory remarks that were released last year, Hogan is still on shaky ground with WWE. The assumption is that the relationship between Hogan and WWE would slowly improve, but it would take some time. Time heals all wounds. Now it seems things are starting to improve between the two parties. According to a report from WrestleZone.com, it's possible that the WWE is testing the waters to see if now is the right time for Hulk Hogan to return to the WWE. Apparently, Eric Bischoff and Dave Meltzer spoke on the former's Bischoff on Wrestling podcast, and Hogan's name came up during their discussion. And I quote, "I'm not surprised. When the WWE produced a documentary on me when they came out to my home last summer," says Bischoff, "Hulk was a big part of that documentary. The fact that he was in the documentary suggested to me that they were probably going to, over time, reintegrate Hulk Hogan back into WWE content. I'm not surprised. I'm happy. I think the fans want to see that. I don't think the fans are nearly as sensitive to some of the obvious issues as perhaps the business side of the equation is. Look, there's a saying, time heals all wounds. I believe, in this case, it will." So, Bischoff thinks Hogan's going to be back. I know for a fact Hogan's going to be back. In fact, you want a right role for Hogan? Not in the ring. He's not going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. I can certainly see Hulk Hogan be a GM for Monday Night Raw following Mick Foley's eventual departure from the position. You know, I said it. I think Mick Foley is going to eventually be on Stephanie McMahon's shit list. I think he's going to get fired by the Authority. And I think Hogan, you know, that's a perfect role for him, man. An authority figure. It keeps him on television. It keeps him in the public eye. It keeps him relevant. I think that's going to be a great role for Hulk Hogan when he does eventually come back to the WWE. You know what's happening. Brace yourself for it. Everybody came back. Everybody that you said would not come back, they did. Hogan's going to be back, and that includes CM Punk. Might not happen now, might not happen next year, might not happen 2 years from now. Punk will be back in the WWE. Emma returning to the WWE soon. Emma had some bad luck earlier this year after her first run on WWE television in NXT and the main roster. It ended in disaster. She was given a second chance on the main roster again. She found a new life as a heel on NXT, took Dana Brooke under her wing, and was brought back to the main roster for WrestleMania 32 and beyond. Unfortunately, a back injury took her out of action for the majority of 2016. Brooke went with Charlotte and is getting over with the WWE Universe as the foil to Charlotte's heel run. Emma will be a game changer for either Raw or SmackDown to provide some depth, but also reach the level of WWE that her talent deserves to take her. Apparently, she could return much sooner than anybody is expecting. According to reports, Emma was recently backstage at Raw in Baltimore earlier this week, and her return is imminent. However, just because she appeared backstage at Raw doesn't mean she'll be moved to Raw when she returns. She could also provide a lot of depth on SmackDown. Raw's division right now is stacked with Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte alone, so Emma might find herself on SmackDown. Emma, man, I can't wait for Emma to get back. I was really, really a big fan of Emma in her new transformation into a heel. I think she's actually grown in popularity on social media as well. So when she comes back, I think the WWE Universe is really going to embrace her. And I would love to see Emma on SmackDown. I think she would fit perfect on SmackDown. If she goes to Raw, I feel she's going to get she's gonna get shafted on Raw. I really do, man. You know, that show is gonna be about Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte, and obviously you got Nia Jax. Emma is going to be more of a game changer on SmackDown because you got Naomi, who's great in her own right. You got Alexa Bliss, who's still the rookie. You got Natalya, who's the veteran who wants to teach the young women what to do right. Nikki's the veteran. And then you got Becky, and then you got fucking she who shall not be named. I don't want to fucking go into that because next Tuesday is her return. She's coming back to television. Emma's going to stick out as a major player on SmackDown. On Monday Night Raw, I feel she's going to get swallowed up. So I can't wait to see her return. WWE and the women's division needs Emma, and I can't wait to see her return. It's going to be fucking great for either Raw or SmackDown. Obviously, like I just said, SmackDown would be the ideal choice in my eyes. That is everything, guys. Holy shit, what a fucking episode. I'm proud of this episode, man. I think we did a good job here. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. If you need anything, man, on my end, everything you need is down in the description below, man. Your t-shirts, Patreon, you got the Twitter, you got the YouTube, you got all the videos you missed earlier this week, you got Wrestle Rumble, you got Wrestle Crate, you got Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Everything you need is down in the description below, man. Please go and check everything out and support the show the best you can. Buy a t-shirt, go to the Patreon, donate, pledge, whatever you gotta do, man. Thank you guys so much for everything. I am JD. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. We got a ton more news all weekend long. On Sunday, we're gonna talk about WWE high on Jack Gallagher, Luke Harper returning. We got news on AJ Styles' title reign with the WWE Championship, creative plans for Cesaro after Clash of Champions, a steel cage match. What'd I tell you? I told you, steel cage match being planned for No Mercy between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. What else we got? We got Eric Young finally signing with the WWE, made his debut at the tapings. All this plus so much more. Kalisto, Paige on her status. Tyson Kidd's contract was renewed with the WWE. And the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic returning to NXT. All this plus so much more all weekend. For those of you who are out in Long Island, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I might make an appearance at the House of Hardcore show in St. James, New York, Long Island. My uncle lives in St. James. Haven't spoken to him in a couple of years, but I might be out there with my brother, man. Tickets are $30. Matt Hardy's fighting Aaron Rex. Ricochet is fighting Tony Nese at this show. And then obviously Tommy Dreamer's going to be there. Should be a great card. I might make an appearance out there. I'm not really sure yet. I want to see what my brother does. If he doesn't want to go, I just might make the trip out there and just fucking sit amongst you guys and be a fucking goon for the night. So I will definitely let you guys know on Twitter. Follow me at JD from NY206. Until then, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up, and I will see you regardless of if I go or not on Sunday for Off the Script, part number 3 for episode 135. I'll talk to you guys on Sunday.